Hey guys, welcome back. Continuing again with PSA Quest 100, dropping the videos left and right. Um, thing that kind of sucks about this though is you'll eventually see these cards aren't in perfect condition. It's questionable whether they'll be worth PSA rating. I don't think they'll even get 8s. Maybe one or two of them will. But hey, also included on this video is the 5-card giveaway we're still doing. It's mentioned on several videos. Doesn't matter which video you comment on, I'm going to catch the comment. But funniest comment dropped on any of the videos lately will win them. It's basic cards, guys. It's a Psychic Energy, a Pikachu, a Charmander, a Jinx, and a Magmar. But hey, it's a free 5 cards. Funniest comment wins them all. As soon as people start commenting, we do like a 2-hour, 5-hour window, almost like eBay bids, but with like reset timers. Then we start to narrow it down. But once people start commenting, usually within the first 24, 48 hours, we have the giveaway figured out. But hey, let's move on. So if you're new to the series, this is PSA Quest for 100. It's where I personally try and, we go through the cards ourselves here. Cards that should be PSA worthy. We try and aim for anything PSA 8 or higher. But of course we want them 10s. I was getting these cards ready. I can already tell you now these aren't going to be. Maybe they'll be lucky to be 8. I think maybe 2 of them will be 8s, but some of them might be below 8s. Should still be worth it though. We'll see. So starting off, we'll start with a non-holo Sabrina's Gengar. So the good news is for this Gengar is because it's a symbolist Gengar and it's Japanese and it's being an original Japanese, like an older Japanese card, with it being symbolist, it actually means it's first edition for a Japanese card. So this is a first edition non-holo Sabrina's Gengar. So that's what makes it worth it. So they're, Japanese cards are generally in really good condition because, as a kid in America, you didn't play with them too much because you couldn't read them. Now, there is a tiny little nick down here. They are going to count that against me. The front's great. There's no scratchings to hollow. There is sort of like a peelish sort of thing. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a dent. No reason this shouldn't store 8 or higher. Hopefully, PSA is tracking that's a first edition card. It's going to be a little bit difficult. If they don't rate it as first edition, I'll see if I can get them to do it as symbolist, rarity symbol missing. It's not a misprint, guys. Japanese cards that don't have their rarity symbol is a first edition. So don't see why it can't score an 8. I don't see it getting a 9, but I like to do, 2 numbers, so 8 to 9. This is a learning process for me and, y'all. So make sure you guess, too, on what you think they'll get. So this is a beautiful Sabrina's card. Once again, though, symbolist, so first edition. Just wonderful, wonderful holo. Like, perfect surface for the holo, which is, like, so important. However, the one thing that kills me is the back. So still you're like, hey, there's nothing wrong with the back. Well, yeah, sorta, till you get to this corner, and it's a pretty significant dent. That probably automatically drops it right to an 8. There's a little itty bitty whitening there, and there is some back surface issue. I'd say 7 to 8. I wish it was 9 to 10, and honestly, it would be if it wasn't for that gigantic dent on the back. But we're going to have to rate it as it is. We're going to say 7 to 8. Now, it's probably not worth it, but really, we're doing this video for educative purposes and the fun of guessing the grades. Now, it's going to be a while until we get these grades back. I know we're still waiting on the grades from the first 15 cards I sent in. If you guys aren't tracking, the difference between the first 15 and these actual 100 I'm trying to do and why they don't count is the first 15 were our test grades as well. Granted, even though we started the series without receiving those back to find out how accurate we are with our PSA grading, we can get pretty close in general by just guessing and seeing previous PSA cards that have been through the series. We've had PSA cards that we've gotten from other people that we've purchased, but none that we've had graded yet. This is, I was a little slow in getting the PSA process down. I went with the Platinum just to speed things up. That's why we had 15 free vouchers, so we sent those 15 in of some pretty good cards, but also some cards that varied in grade to try and get us a range of between, 7 to 10 for PSA looked like. So Next, we're going to do this English original base set Blastoise. So, you know, on camera looks pretty great. There is a decent amount of surface wear on the holo, which is so common with these base set cards or any older cards. There is some silvering on the front. At the top, also really common. You know, people put them in those binders, but those binders don't fully protect your cards. There's some sort of like a dirt or grime there. I don't want to try and scratch it off. My fingernails will probably just ruin it even more. There's a lot of silvering, so this card was probably played without a protector, which, you know, is common. There's a good amount of edging up here, whitening here. Honestly, guys, maybe 5 to 6. It probably isn't worth it, but hey, let's ring it, wing it, and see what happens, you know? So, you know, if you've had PSA stuff done before, go ahead and guess. You know, hopefully you're having a hard time getting this in the top loader. So it would have been fantastic if whoever the previous owner was would have had this, you know, card at least in a penny sleeve. Probably would have saved it a lot of damage. Of course, you know, penny sleeve top loader, really good. So we said 5 to 6. Ooh, anything below 5, that would be really disappointing. Heck, I mean, a 5 would be disappointing, but honestly, that's probably what that card is worth. Why am I going a little bit out of order? As much as I trust the PSA graders, I try to make it not so confusing. I don't want Blastoise after Blastoise on them. I think I did that with some of my stuff in the past with them so far, but I want to try and make it a little bit like easier for them to discern like which card they're grading. They don't accidentally put the wrong label down. So going with a original base set Raichu. It does have its rarity symbol, so it's not a first edition Japanese card, but it is a really good condition Japanese card. And that's the thing that sucks about the Japanese cards is because they're usually good condition, them as a PSA aren't worth as much, and plus a lot of people, they want them for the vintage collectability, and you didn't play with your Japanese cards that much, so they aren't worth that much, so they also aren't in English. So they lack the same nostalgia, even though they have the same exact artwork, because they don't have everything the same. Now, there is some minor scratches on the back, so definitely not a 10. Probably a 9, though, which still makes this card probably worth it. So you have to score high for your Japanese cards, and even PSA 10 Japanese cards still just, they don't sell for what they're worth, in my opinion. You know, it's still a 10 card. It's still a beautiful card. I've sold several 10 PSA cards first editions, and they don't sell for the same amount. I sold what was it, Sabrina's Japanese PSA 10 first edition Alakazam, and it sold for like $60. So that was really rough. I'm just putting in 9 for that one. I usually do 2 numbers, but I don't think it would get, it shouldn't receive an 8, and I don't think it will receive a 10. I mean, 10 means perfect, guys. Nothing wrong with the card at all. The only thing they allow for the 10 is off-centering, and it can only be slightly off. So we're moving on to the final card. Sadly, and it's a beautiful card, I've actually never had this card in holo, English or Japanese, but I've never had it in holo. Sadly, it's Japanese, and sadly, there is some wear on it. There's even like this gigantic kind of like, I don't know how they scratched it that way. Like, that's just crazy, that's scratched, and that's taking off some serious points right there. So this is probably going to be between a 4 to 5. There's like nicks up top. The surface of the holo, though, is in fantastic condition. That's like the irony of it to me, because usually holo, for older cards, the holo foil wears off so easily, and there's like dirt and grime on it, and maybe I can just easily break this off with my fingernail. I'm trying not to wear the surface with my fingernail, but at the same time, I'm trying to get this, once again, probably fully preventive if someone just put a penny sleeve on this, at least for the dirt and grime. Maybe not so much the nicks, and maybe a penny sleeve would have protected this. I mean, penny sleeve top loader would have saved this card all of this damage. Man, I don't know if I'm going to send this. This is like a 4 to 3, maybe. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with this one, guys. I mean, even if it was first edition, I don't think that would save it. It's just in really rough condition. Oh, do it for the video, I guess. So, we're guessing 4 to 3, and that might be high in my opinion, but I don't know. I've seen worse cards, I really have, and I've seen them with surprising grades, but we'll run it. 4 to 3. So, you know, guess the grades in the comments, guys. Funniest comment wins that 5-card giveaway. So, just stay tuned. Hopefully we got some more coming. Trying to keep these coming. Been slacking. Still not even halfway there for Quest 100. But hey, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more. Thanks. Bye.